Hello again, everyone. How's it going today? Happy Friday. We are back to continue working on the Lego D&D set, the Red Dragon's Tale. So this is what we got done last time. Of course, we also built the dice box, which currently has the minifigs in it. Oh no, I opened it. Now they don't fit. Howdy, Bahamut, and thank you very much for all of those bits, Preskitch. I really do appreciate that. Alright, so we are on bag number 4, so let's go ahead and get right into that. The dice box definitely did eat the Mimic, yep. Yep. Nom nom. Minifigs. Minifigs, not Mimic. Because it is a Mimic. Wow. Kind of thing's been happening to me a lot lately. A lot lately. How bad is the roof leak? It's not too bad. But it's like... the roof is old anyway, so might as well do some replacing, stuff like that. So just got to see how much insurance will cover. Someone eat all my luck? Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps. Maybe it's Stardew Valley. Maybe all of my luck is getting transferred into there. I have been playing that quite a bit. Quite a bit. Alright. So, let's go ahead and see if the... yeah, looks like the... to avoid danger of suffocation, keep this bag away from babies and children. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to keep this bag away from you all. Alright, so I need... wow. Using one of these large bags to hold the capes is it's a choice. There we go. Dark blue. Is that? Seems like that's it. All right. Trying to do luck-based things in Dragon Quest Monsters Dark Prince, and it seems geared towards bad results. It sometimes is. Really loving the Stardew content on YouTube. Excellent. I'm glad. I am having tons and tons of fun with it. So I'm really pleased that so many people are enjoying it. I'm having tons and tons of fun with Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, too, but not as many people are enjoying that, I think. Which is fine. I play the things that I think are fun, that I want to play. Okay. Only have one face on each of the... huh, interesting. So we don't have dual-sided faces for this one. Not sure why. Don't really have the male and female ones either. Just happy smiling and then kind of squinty-eyed. I guess I'll go with the standard one. This guy is a half-orc. Half-orc rogue, as they now say. Now, I do not have one of these cowl pieces, which is new. There's a few different cowl pieces out these days. But it's a pretty cool one. There's the back of his torso. Very cool. Alright, let's see. We can give him daggers or crossbow. Let's give him daggers. So we have the sprue piece. Let's toss that there. You can only restart so many times before it gets silly. I mean... can you, though? No. restart as many times as necessary to get the results you want. That's how I see it, at least. There we go. Alright, let's give him his dual-wielding daggers. If the camera would focus, there we go. And of course you can just give him a crossbow as well. Alright. What about a dagger and a crossbow? It actually tends to take 2 hands to shoot a crossbow. There's a thief. How did you know? You're the only one wearing a hooded cloak. Yeah, they're really detailed these days. It is pretty fantastic. Alright, let's go ahead and put that aside. And we will have a 1x4 tile somewhere. There we go. Howdy, Ice Oven, how's it going? There we go. Alright, a 1x2 brick. Trying to RNG the accessory thing in Dragon Quest Monsters Dark Prince. Yeah. I do much prefer, from the description of it, the Dragon Quest VIII system, where it's just put it in, wait some time, and it's done. Actually, I think the 3DS version actually made it instantaneous, which... I don't know how I feel about that. You may end up picking up the TIE Interceptor set when it comes out. Yeah, it does look pretty nice. I have the original UCS TIE Interceptor. Well, technically I have a few of them. They were pretty good for the time. I'm not that interested in those sorts of sets too much these days. Which, you know, I mean, I may still get it. One thing that I enjoy about these streams is just kind of building whatever comes to mind and stuff like that. Really detailed the cockpit? Yeah, it looked like it. My day is going okay. My day is going okay. My days lately have not been that okay, unfortunately, so... Spend 1K and select 5 accessories, and you get either a bad result, which wastes 1K and 4 of the accessories, and giving you one... that's not good. Howdy, Franco CRS. How's it going? I like the decoration here. Getting some nice half-timbered look to that. Alright, 2 1x1 bricks and a 1x1 plate. But yeah, there's definitely some things that I have been very lucky about in Stardew, so that's probably where all my luck is going right now. The Star Wars fighters, your favorite is the Y-Wing? I think my favorite is the B-Wing. I like the rotating cockpit part for that. Back in the first year of those sets, I actually made a made one. Thought it came out really, really nicely too. Then, of course, LEGO came out with their own. Blue 2x2 on top there. B-Wing is awesome because it's so Star Wars-y. Alright, we get some flowers on the outside of the window. Lavender and dark lavender there. And 1x4 across the top. And on the windowsill, a sack right there. Okay. And get that in there. Glad to make it to the start of a LEGO stream. Nice. I do not remember what the U-Wing actually looks like. Alright, that is going to be 4. And then we get a 1x5 right here. I mean, the B-Wing looks like a T, so, you know. Not so much. Alright. 2x2 half tile right there. Grill tile. Where are you, grill tile? I haven't seen any of the new stuff. They're fairly large and can carry troops into battle. Ah, okay. I mean, I'd probably recognize it if I saw it. Somewhere I have a book of Star Wars ships. Alright, we go ahead and make our roof here. Alright, lots of purple tiles. I'm not sure if these are supposed to be shingles or something else. I assume they're supposed to be shingles, but I don't know. Alright, get these 1x1 round and cylinder pieces. Yeah, but didn't it hit the bridge? Wasn't that what happened? To be fair, was the Death Star being in the way that did most of the damage? And howdy, the Wandering Warlock. How's it going? Welcome on into the stream. Alright, so flip it over, and we've got... I don't know if I've... I don't think I've seen these pieces before. They remind me of axles, but I don't think they're designed for that. So it's interesting. They're right there in the center. Okay. Alright. Kind of a design flaw that the shield generator on the Star Destroyer didn't have shields. Well, I imagine that the way it works is that you know, the typical way that that kind of thing works is that, you know, like, you pummel the shields enough and they can either go down entirely or they go down in places. The A-Wing was pretty much crippled, so the pilot decided to hit something valuable. I mean, the bridge is pretty valuable, you know. It's hard to argue with that one. Alright, we got a 3L axle with stud stop. Get that right through there. A white half bushing. It has been quite a while since I've seen those movies. In fact, it might have been since they did the re-releases of the, like the special editions to the theaters back in, was it the late 90s, early 2000s? Something like that? Who knew that the bridge was valuable? I know. It's so weird. This one weird trick can take out a ship. You have to rewatch them now, the new McClunky edition. There we go. Alright, get some angled roof elements. Right, there's that one. Space Battle and Return of the Jedi still holds up. Oh yeah, I mean, those movies are all really well done. Especially the special effects. And I'm sure, like, a little bit of digital editing on those, which I think is what they did with the re-releases. That does wonders to clean up little bits of stuff that you could see and things like that. Now that is very weird that there is nothing on the back side of this to hold it up. I wonder if that's because they want something in there, but you'd think that they could put something in there. I don't know. It makes it feel like it's fragile. Oh well. No, only bad results. That's how the game rolls. I'm not a fan of random results like that. Like, at least always have some... Like, if it was just like, you know, you get one of a few different decent things, might not be the thing that you want, but they're all going to be, you know, usable and stuff like that, and that's okay. Alright, 1x8 tile. 1x2 plates and some wedges. There we go. That is pretty flat there. That's pretty nice. That is a good angle on that. I'll get a zoom in when we finish the other one. So it looks pretty nice. Like, it really does feel straight up and down there. Backside doesn't look so good, but that's kind of okay. That is kind of okay. Alright, that is just going to slide right in. Alright. There we go. A little bit of a gap there, but that's okay, because the roof elements hide it pretty well. A little bit there, but I think we're going to put something right on there, so... Okay, so, 1x4 plate with round ends, and a 1x3 plate on top. And that gets right there, locking that in, and a 1x2 plate with round ends right there. And another pair of 1x2 plates with round ends. Doesn't give you much other than resistance to poison, plus 40 defense, plus 10 attack. Isn't exactly what you were looking for, yeah. Alright, then over on this side. Yeah, I mean, lucky blows can very frequently be the deciders on some of those types of things. There have definitely been some battles in real life that swung because of a, you know, lucky shot against the leader or something like that. Alright, so we're making another Mimic here. Mimic chest. Actually. Notice that the mold mark was visible. So let's actually turn it around. There we go. Alright. Purple 1x1 plates with clips. Yeah, Dragon Quest Poison is not the worst thing, really. This is a very mimic-laden chamber, I must say. Howdy, Bahorn, how's it going? There we go. And stick that in there. Hold on a second. Just had to send a text message. Everything is a mimic. The chest, the vase, the room, the planet, pencils, an idea for Mimic Planet. Oh, Lord Canis. There's already one of those. Sort of. I believe it's a demi-plane. There we go. So it doesn't move too much. There we go. But yes, the bed is also a mimic. Everything's a mimic. Has poison ever been a scary status effect in any video game? Yeah. One's based on AD&D. Poison's terrible in the Gold Box games. Alright, so spare parts. We got 1x1 plate flowers in lavender and dark lavender. We've got a medium nougat or something, one of the nougats. 1x1 cylinder plate, gold lattice window pane, a 1x1 cylinder tile in gold with a crown printing, white half bushing, gray 1x1 tile slope, a brown 1x1 pyramid peak, and a purple 1x1 tile with round end. Other than AD&D. I mean, sometimes it depends, like, it could be really bad in Final Fantasy 1. Like, it doesn't do much in battle, but if you have no way of taking care of poison, like, one of the reasons why the Marsh Cave in Final Fantasy 1 is so difficult is because so many things poison you, you very likely do not have the 4th level spell that takes care of poison, and you probably didn't bring enough poison antidote potions. Alright, got a minifig here. Do actually have a very interesting hairpiece. And apparently 2 heads. Where's the other one? Alright, so here are the... Here are the heads. But also... this guy's nose disappears. Okay, camera. Thank you. Focus. Yes, that is true. I mean, it's not that it's worthless, but I mean, it's still better to use a potion than the spell. See, at the time of the Marsh Cave, you're probably strapped for cash, so you probably didn't, couldn't afford too many of the potions. But later in the game, you can just carry around 30 or 40 of the antidote, the pure potions, and you're fine. Like, you don't have to worry about poison anymore. She's got some vials tucked in her her belt back there. Also, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, poison, it's not that it's terrible, but it ain't good either. Because it does do a pretty significant amount of damage. And there are definitely some games where poison does a pretty significant amount of damage. You remember H.C. Bailey doing some gold grinding, getting X amount of pure potions, and being like, I'm set for the rest of the FF1 game? Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely a point where once you buy a certain amount of those potions, you never need to worry about it anymore. Okay, looks like that goes right on there. Alright. I mean, and, like, I can't recall other games right now, but I'm pretty sure there are games where poison is pretty bad. But the thing is that it is oftentimes never going to feel as bad as it does in AD&D, simply because you almost always have a cure for it by that point. That all it is like, you know, the only downside to using the cure is that you're spending an action to do it. So your action economy is not the best because of it. So it's like, if it's bad, then you spend an action to take care of it. If it's not bad, then you just take the damage and deal with it later. The reason that it's bad in in AD&D is because A, it kills you straight up, and the spells to deal with it are not low level. Most games don't have poison do instant death, right? Most games it's damage over time, and damage over time can be bad. Like, poison, like, in a long fight in, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, poison can definitely be a bad thing to get. Most fights don't last that long. So, like, if I'm in a fight with a boss, yeah, I might want to take care of poison, because otherwise the damage over time is pretty severe. Like, it can kill you in, you know, 4 turns alone, kind of thing. But most fights in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth don't last that long. So you kind of need either... You know, you need to make the damage significant enough, on the one hand, that you want to take care of this, and you also want the, that is going up a little bit. Doesn't feel right. Hold on. Okay, that actually pushes the roof up a little bit, so it doesn't rest quite all the way down. Right, because anytime, like, you know, you either have, like, either the damage doesn't do enough, you know, isn't enough to make it matter, or if it does, then you're just spending an action to take care of it, kind of thing. Because you almost always have the ability to take care of it. It's pretty rare for you to not have the ability to take care of it. But that's why poison in Final Fantasy I, when you start encountering it, can be nasty, because you almost never have enough ability to take care of it in a reasonable amount of time in Final Fantasy I at the beginning. Alright, one by one with side stud there. So it can be a delicate balance if you're actually trying to balance it. Like, AD&D doesn't really try to balance it. It doesn't care. It sees it as bad because it's supposed to be bad, kind of thing. Like, if you think about it, AD&D has a much more realistic version of poison. It's the reason in FF6 games you don't improve the stamina stats, because the poison damage is based off the stamina stats. Granted, regen also heals based off that. Yeah. Well, that's AD&D First Edition. Second Edition varied up the poison types a lot more. And we get a monkey tail for the smoke. There we go. There is our chimney. There we go. I mean, there's a lot of poisons that will straight up kill you. Oh, interesting. We got two different molds for the 2x4 tile. Alright, interesting. So, we have an older one here. I don't know if this is going to be able to be picked up, but so the fact that the mold mark is in there, whereas on this one, it's there on the end. By the way, these are purple, not blue. The camera is just washing out the color. The other way that you can tell is that this one just says copyright Lego, whereas this one says copyright 2006, I think. It might be 2008. Focus. It really does not want to. Yeah, it's washing out the color. That's part of it. See, it's that color. But yeah, like right here, it kind of looks like two different shades of blue. It's just because it's washing out the color because it's so close and everything like that. But yeah, so I think that this is the older one and this is the newer one. This is probably just, you know, one of the original molds that's still in use. It's still, like, it hasn't died. The molds do lose their, like, integrity or whatever over time, so they need to be replaced. And at some point, they redesigned it. It's not functionally different, but it is different enough that you can actually tell the differences. Which is kind of neat. Very interesting piece, and how it's molded is interesting too. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fun to look at some of that. Alright, making sure all the mold marks are on the same side so that I can hopefully hide it. Howdy, Shield of Hope! And Crimson Clover. Indeed, yeah, it's a really nice shade of purple. Kind of reminds me of Grimace Purple, which was a specific purple for a time. Alright, let me see, where are we putting this? Okay. Alright, so I do want the mold marks all facing to the top. Okay. So that should be better. Should be easier to hide them. Don't give everyone a jar of pickles. It's terrible. It's terrible. Give ham. And only if people want the ham. It's perfectly okay to choose not to eat ham. They're tasty pickles, though. Yeah, that's an oxymoron. There's no such thing as a tasty pickle. Don't believe Bahamut's lies. They're pickled hams, though. That is just an abomination. Why would you do that? Alright, another one of the ones with the mold mark on the bottom. And another one with mold mark on the bottom. Definitely like those better. Was that an FF12 reference? It may have been. It may have been. Yeah. May have also been a reference to telling people not to believe my lies by Grimmeth, so, you know. There we go. I will be playing through that eventually. At some point. I gotta do 9, 10, and 10-2 first, though. Alright, and then... one by one cylinder plates with round ends here. Still very obvious dark gray, unfortunately. FF12 was pretty fun, yeah. There were some parts that needed some work, but... like, I don't know if I'll do all of the hunts. That may be something that I don't bother doing. I don't know. I haven't decided what I will actually do when it comes time to play that game. You're enjoying my Stardew Valley LP? Watching Grimmeth's playthrough of Stardew Valley, and you have to say the playstyles are so different? Yeah, I know. I have very, very loose plans in that game. My plans are very rarely firm. Getting all of these 2x3 slopes is pretty nice. They're a lovely shade. I had a friend who, after playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, she was really annoyed about the Viera in FF12. Understandably so. She was like, they're so cute in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and they're not in Final Fantasy 12. I can see that, yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. They are definitely not cute. Okay, and that goes right there. Yeah, that does push down. There we go. And go. Alright, so spare parts. We have a white and brown 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, and a gray 1x1 plate. So I really do like the angles. I wish that they had gotten brown for these pieces. I think that would look better, because it does kind of stand out. I'm actually really surprised at them using these slopes here, just because they haven't really used these slopes for roofs in a while. So it's a little surprising. But it's also a very claustrophobic room. Like, that bed is gigantic. But I like the little window up here, even though it serves no purpose. But it looks good. That's the important thing. And again, like, these windows serve no purpose because they're right behind the bed, but they look good. And that's the important thing. So there is our... Oops. Let's knock off those boxes. Here is the inn overall. I think that the shape and size of this building works really well for the Lion Knight's castle. This would definitely go well with the Lion Knight's castle in terms of size and appearance and everything like that. All right, let's... Ah, that is actually the end of the first book. All right, we're on numero 2. I still love the instructions cover. I do not remember what creatures you're talking about, Bomb. I'm sorry. Let's get large plates out of here. There we go. Howdy, little bunny. How's it going? So one of the nice things about the remaster for Final Fantasy XII is that they have a speed up feature, which really does help with like moving around and getting to places. The world is pretty big in Final Fantasy XII, a little bit too big. The inspection doesn't, like, it's just one of those things of, alright, we're here, we've taken down the information and now we're going to send it on to the insurance company. And they'll let you know how much they're covering. So that's all it was. Just had to be here for it. So I have no idea how much is going to be covered yet. The amount of games back then that needed a speed-up feature. Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, basically all the 3D games did. Because, like, going from a 2D town, you have the exact same number of buildings and the exact same, relativistic size of buildings in a 3D game, and it takes so much longer to navigate around. Well, the leak isn't very bad, and it only actually gets through into the house when the rain and the wind are coming at just the right angle. But the fact that it's getting in might mean that there's mold up there, and that's the big concern that we have right now. Yeah, but that was for a gutter. Oh, no, actually that was for, we had to do that too, but, that was for, basically a pipe that cracked. Drain pipe. From the upstairs bathroom. Was not, yeah. Had to replace all of the carpet. It happens. I mean, we're talking original pipes there, so... Like, every house in this neighborhood that has original piping like that, they've been failing for, like, the last decade, so... It's kind of like a matter of time. Things get old. Like me. $1,800? Oh god, no. No. I think this house was built in the 40s or the 50s or something like that. Falls like an old pipe because he's old, leaks into the flooring. Oh, man. Just replace that carpet. Now it's all full of Mad Martin. So disgusting. You know, when you get Mad Martin into the carpet, it's just... You just can't get it out. You're just kind of stuck with it unless you replace the carpet. And that's a permanent stain too, sucker. No! Mad Martin is worse than grape juice or red wine. But it smells good. Yeah, I don't. I hate to break it to you, but not so much. Not so much. Definitely does not smell like apple cinnamon. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. If only it did. If only it did. I know, right, Lil Bunny? Isn't that the best? I am so hungry for, like, apple cinnamon Cheerios right now. I'm not supposed to have much in the way of carbs anymore. Howdy, Kinshir, how's it going? Carbs are so delicious. Brown sugar cinnamon toast? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No more breakfast soup? Oh, no. There's apple cinnamon breakfast soup, Crimson. You can get apple cinnamon Cheerios. That is fantastic breakfast soup. So good. You're eating tomato basil graham crackers. I have never heard of graham crackers with that flavor before. That seems... like a very unlikely combination. Normally I think of graham crackers and sweet flavors. Oh, house issues are fine. I mean, it's like not even a bad leak, but it does indicate that the roof needs replacing. And the roof's kind of old. It's just, you know, annoying, because it's got to be done. It's got to be inspected and... all of that. And some of what's going on is like, well, we got this problem, and, like, we could replace just the side of the roof that's having problems, but it's also like, you might as well replace the whole thing, because, it's not young, A, and B, that would just mean that you'd have to replace that sooner, you know, like eventually that will need replacing as well, so you might as well just do it all at once, kind of thing. Get it all done, insurance processes that way anyways? Yeah, I mean, like, who knows what they'll actually pay for, but... But it's time for that anyway, like, that's the thing. Some of that just, you know, it's time for a lot of that to be done. Why not just stuff it with the laundry soap that I can't use? Yeah, I don't think that would work so well. Don't think that would work so well. You had breakfast that you normally don't have at a restaurant that was an omelet. I did see the picture of that. It looked like a delicious omelet. I do like some good eggs. Not bad eggs. I don't like bad eggs. Like you all. I mean... Well, I am trying to dramatically curb my food intake, especially carbs, which sucks. Because carbs are so good. Why does it have to be so bad for you, you know? It's patently unfair. Patently. Got some bright greens here. So I'm like trying to drink more. Oops, that is regular green. More zero sugar sodas. I got some zero sugar Sprite, normal Sprite, not the crazy Sprite that I accidentally bought. And it's not bad. It's like I'm definitely impressed at the comparison. Like the difference between zero sugar and diet is pretty significant. But then when I do have a regular soda, it's like, oh man, oh yeah, that's what I've been craving. Oh, so good. And you're making biscuits and gravy with sausage and chopped bacon tomorrow morning? I don't think I've ever had that for breakfast. I mean, waffles are still the best. No waffles! I had a convenience store, like a 7-Eleven type place that had, you know, pre-made breakfast sandwiches. Just nuke them for a minute, and those were really good. So it's not that I can't have carbs; it's that I need to dramatically reduce my carb intake, and it sucks. It really sucks. Because carbs are so good. They're so tasty. So delicious. I don't know. I don't know about... like, I'm not on a specific diet. I'm just trying to cut back on my carbs. I mean, to be fair, basically everything that I ate, with some exceptions, had a lot of carbs. Pasta was an almost daily meal for me, so... Right, Mad Martin, that's in addition to avoiding carbs. I actually have never had grits. I mean, why do I have to do that? So that I don't die? Not to put too fine a point on it. No, I mean, the way that I was going, I'd likely get diabetes at some point. That's basically it. So I'm not diabetic. I'm not even pre-diabetic, but it's like it's going that way. Either need it, you either make a change or you eventually get diabetes. Just wish me back using the Dragon Balls. Well, why don't you wish me to not have problems eating carbs? Diabetes not fun, can confirm. Yeah. I think one of my grandmothers had it. Did just learn that my great-grandfather died of lethargic encephalitis, which is unrelated, but it just popped into my head. That was a big pandemic or epidemic in the late 1910s. Wish Ald immortal but not cured so he can suffer forever. Why would you do that? That's just mean. I wouldn't even do that to people that I don't like. I assume by you guys being here that you like me. I mean, it makes sense. I suppose some of you could be hate-watching, but, you know. But yeah, so it's all just, you know, gotta get spiteful support. It could be something like that. Yeah, so I mean, it's basically just all to try to get healthier. But you know, let me tell you, having that kind of on the horizon, when other things aren't necessarily going the best in your life, you got depression, boy, is that not fun. You happy that you probably don't have rheumatoid arthritis, because at least 2 members of your family have had it? Ooh. Yeah, my mother has arthritis too, and I'm very much worried that I might get it, since I got my father's terrible teeth. There's my mother there with like 2 cavities that she got when she traveled to Europe as a you know, like just out of high school or college or something like that, and because they didn't fluoridate their water, and here's me, 5 root canals. Alright, so spare parts. 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles in beige, green, bright green, and trans light blue. Trans light blue 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud and a clear gem. Years of Lego work will stave off arthritis. Well, it's good to know that cracking your knuckles doesn't lead to arthritis, because I do that a lot. Alright, so we got our corner burp that we're going to use on the next bag. Bag number 7. Corner burp can go up there. Well, so a scientist got an Ig Nobel award because he spent 50 years cracking the knuckles of one hand and not cracking the knuckles of the other, and never developed arthritis in either hand. So while it's, you know, it doesn't prove it, it at least, it does prove that cracking your knuckles doesn't lead to it. Like, he could just be lucky and not have gotten arthritis, but... I love the Ig Nobels. They're so good. Alright, that's a lot of wonky stuff to put down. Alright, let's start with the sand green 2x2 cylinder tiles. At least there's pretty good guide points to where you can put the where you need to put these. That goes right there. We need a barrel, and that is just a standard brown barrel. One by one tile with top clip goes right there at a bit of an angle. Can confirm everyone who has had arthritis had bones. Had bones. Had bones. So you're saying that some of them lost them. Howdy, Duke Darkwood. How's it going? All right, we got a crown tile there. Random coins hanging around. Where is another one? Come on, where are you? Nope. Bag is empty. One roll on the floor? I don't think so. We'll come back to that one. Alright, clip with a bone. That's true. Being alive is the leading cause of death. This is true. There is not a single person who has died who was not previously alive. So you know, if you don't want to die, just don't live. Get a leg standing up right over there for some reason. So where is the other? Ah, there it is. It was under the pan. Alright, and another one by one cylinder tile there. And that's it. Alright. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, that's not fun. Did Horse take my Lego again? No, Horse has never taken my Lego. He respects me. I fear him, but he at least respects me. Yeah, my grandfather was like 4 years old when that happened. Basically just remembers that his dad came home from work for lunch and complaining of a sore throat. Went to bed early and never woke up again. Seagulls have never taken my Lego either. They have taken other toys of mine. Bastards. Stupid seagulls. Alright, so we have a flail of some sort. Maybe magical. Get that right in there. That's a very long chain for it, though. Very, very long chain. Oops, actually, that is a little bit too far. There we go. And a shield over here. Alright, we take our corner burp. For those wondering, burp stands for Big Ugly Rock Piece. The LEGO community has some interesting acronyms like that. I think LEGO has even started calling these burps. Informally. Another 1x1 over there. Alright, and another 1x1 and a slope. The only thing that would make disguising this better would be some actual gray, dark gray pieces. I mean, the flail is a real weapon. Although the warrior's weapon, the one-handed one, was probably unlikely. And technically, nunchucks are flails. Stop stuff from being scary? I would if I could. What stuff are you talking about? Alright, let's see. That goes right there. There we go. I mean, I can't stop things from being scary if I don't know what things are being scary. Were you also looking up encephalitis? Encephalitis lethargica, I think it was. I'm not sure that we even know what caused it either, if I remember correctly. Nothing can be scary if nothing can exist ever. I mean, that's kind of like the argument that it is more perfect to not exist than to exist. Oh yeah, yeah. Some of that stuff is it's pretty scary. I mean, even normal stuff like getting pretty common diseases is scary. pair of half arches here. If nothing can exist, then nothing can be scary. I mean, but what if not existing is scary? Hmm? Hmm? Did you think about that? Did you think about that? Couple arches there. And a couple of slopes over here. Kitties need to happen in apple cinnamon? Yeah, exactly. See? Existence has kitties and apple cinnamon. Ergo, existence is better than non-existence. I rest my case. Checkmate, libs. Oh, wait, you know, if nothing exists, then Elon Musk doesn't exist. I don't know, I might have to reevaluate my, my point of view now. Okay, we use 6 1x2s with 1x2x2 slopes. That's a thing. If nothing exists, the Lego doesn't exist. Good point. Good point. Yeah, yeah. All right. All right. I'm going back on my my previous thing. Existence is better. Existence is better. Looks like in real life Minecraft. I know, it's almost like Lego is sometimes referred to as virtual Lego. Alright, there's our 6. Kagato ergo mega flare. You can't argue with that. Yes, yes. I think, therefore, I'm Mega Flare. That goes right there. If nothing exists, then Bahamut would have no reason to Mega Flare anymore. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about that, Bahamut? What do you think? The wisdom of Bahamut Descartes. Yeah. Get that on there. 1x2 tile right there. I think, therefore, I build Lego. You dream of the day you don't have to Mega Flare anymore, because everything will be peaceful and orderly and will make sense in non-existence? I don't know. I don't know. A Nano Flare. What about a Pico Flare? A Femto Flare? You know? What about any of those? So we talked about burps, the big ugly rock pieces. This is what, I haven't seen it used too often, but this is what used to be called a poop. P-O-O-P. Piece out of other pieces. Because it's 1x1x3. Now, some of them do serve purposes that you can't get in other ways, to be fair. Alright, so we have a light azure, I think, 4x4. There is a 1x2x2, 1x2x3 panel. Yep, building things out of pieces out of other pieces. Alright, then we take one of these parts. We get the yellow gem on that. Actually, wait a second. I did that wrong. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Then put the pan in. And then get a skeletal leg attached on here. Get that right back there. Translate blue cone, skull. There we go. And get some panel pieces on the sides. Three 1x1, 1x1s in translate blue. That is not something I am familiar with. And another 1x2x3 panel, and then 2x2 translate blue tiles with center studs. And we have our gelatinous cube. Oh, Mousetrap, yeah. I do not actually remember the ads for it. Although they were better than the game. Although I had the game and it was fun. I kind of liked it. Alright, so I have no idea what these are supposed to be. One there, and the taller one back here. But here we have our gelatinous cube. And we have a baby gelatinous cube using the Minecraft heads. So here we have a little dungeon. Little dungeon area. Gelatinous cubes guarding a magic rod or staff. I have no idea what those black things are supposed to be. Alright, so spare parts. We have a white small bone, dark gray 1x1 cylinder tile, tan 1x1 tile slope, a silver unicorn horn, and a trans yellow gem. Yes, there's some gold coins there. A little bit of treasure. There's a flail as well here. Shield, bow, magic staff. So treasures. Well, I don't know if they're good for dungeon health, but they definitely do clean the area, yes. How do mommy gelatinous cubes make baby gelatinous cubes, Uncle Ald? So first of all, when a mommy gelatinous cube consumes enough human filth, be that human or human filth, and I'll let you decide what, then it grows off a little baby gelatinous cube that then pops off and goes its own way, searching for more human filth. Again, exactly what I mean by human filth is entirely up to your own interpretation. Alright, let's set that aside for the moment, because it is everybody's favorite time. Maybe not that minifig that just fell off the table, but it is minifig time. What time is it? Minifig time. Howdy, Pint and Pie. How's it going? Alright, so let's go ahead and grab this. Not waffle time, no. No waffles! Where are my dice? Let's grab some dice. Alright. D6 to see what column we pull from. So humans are technically gelatinous cube daddies? No. No, we are not. There are no gelatinous cube daddies. Alright, 4. So that is going to be the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we will roll a d10. That was a 10, so I got to re-roll. It's cornflakes time! You darn tootin'. Yeah, I love me some cornflakes. That is a 10 again. Why can't I get these numbers when I'm rolling damage against Finalar and all the other PCs? 7. Alright, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's go ahead and start a prediction. Can Ald guess what is inside the minifig pack? And get your predictions in. Alright, Sealand's D20 says 9. So that would be the Songstress Wild Style. And D24, that would be Giraffe Guy again, Bahamut. Abcody got an 8. That would be Watermelon Guy. My D20 says 16, which would be Dorothy. So we'll see if the bag surrenders Dorothy. Lord Canis got a 1. That would be Emmett with his everything is awesome iPod, phone, something like that. Begin tonight with a Minotaur pickle jar maker? No. No. Don't exist. Right. I think that would be a Pickletier Bahamut. That is the technical term. Pickletier. Looked up at the, and the first one you noticed was Scarecrow. We have not gotten Scarecrow yet at all. So we have not gotten Scarecrow. We have not gotten President Business. We have not gotten Tropical Singer or Watermelon Guy. We've gotten all of the others. All right, 30 seconds remaining. I should probably get my timer all ready. There we go. Minotaur Matador. That's a little weird. It's a little weird. Is it better than a Centaur Mimic? Well, that doesn't exist either. All right, so just a few seconds remaining. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? All right, predictions are closed. Let's move my die out of the way. And go. All right. 3.21. It's Watermelon Guy. Watermelon Guy. I felt, look at the triangle. Look at the triangle. 3.21. Let's see if I'm correct. What? When you get a big unique piece, those are some of the easiest ones to feel. That piece there. Oh look! Oh look! It's the watermelon. Shocking! Wow! That piece I felt. Who'd have thought? I didn't do that in advance. It was just really easy. All right, let's choose that prediction within 20 seconds. Complete that prediction. It was literally the first thing I felt. Sometimes I have to feel around to find a unique piece like that. All right, Ab Cody, Kinshir, Pint and Pie, and Bahamut getting all of the hams there. Very nice. Lord Canis going for 20 to 50. Press Kitchen Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Seelan and Lel Bunny going for no. Has anyone kept track of Ald's record times? That I would love to see if I have done a better one than that, because that was surprisingly fast, even for me. It is. It's a pizza costume. It's also been a pie. Is that it? Is that it? Can I think of any others that he has been? I think a couple different pies at this point. Not all of them in the collectible minifigs. I think some of them have been in Build-A-Minifig, which is, you know, you go into a Lego store and there's just these big bins of pieces. Minifig pieces, and you get to make 3 minifigs for $10, I think. You get legs, torso, head, hat, hair type piece, headpiece, you know, something that goes on the head, and then a single accessory. I do like getting these watermelon slices, though. I don't know why the legs are... I mean, the waist isn't green. I think I would have made the waist green. I guess maybe they didn't want the crotch part to be green. They wanted that to be white, but still. I would love a ham minifig. But we do get an extra 1x1 quarter-cylinder green watermelon slice, which is pretty nice. I'm always a fan of getting more food pieces. All right. Oops, I should mark that down. That is a minifig that we have not gotten yet. So, we are down to 4 minifigs that we have not gotten. The Tropical Singer, President Business with his unique golf club, and the Scarecrow. Those are the ones that we have not gotten yet. I would love a ham accessory as well. Okay, so Series 8. Let's go ahead and pull this down. There is one single minifig that we have not gotten yet, and that is Lederhosen Guy. So here we have our hanger. We grab the one on the bottom. And start a prediction. Can Ald guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go. 17 rerolled says 2. That would be the Conquistador. I still do not have the Lederhosen Guy, no. It's one that we have not gotten yet. 5. I'm not opening another 5. 18. Need to reroll. Cody got a 4. I'm not opening a 4, so re-roll that one. And Bahamut got a 2 as well. So a Conquistador. I would open a Conquistador. 8. Businessman, I don't know if there are more businessmen in there. Actually, I don't know if there's another... there should be 4 of some and 5 of some others. So actually, the 4 could be accurate. I don't know. I don't know which ones have more than 3 in this set. All right, a minute to go. Get your predictions in. Nice. A Minotaur Santa Harem Wrangler. Wow. Wow. Santas need to be wrangled. What's that say about Santa? Centaur Tax Auditor minifig. I do not want to get on the bad side of a Centaur Tax Auditor because they will trample you. Literally. Is Wrangler the right term for that? I mean, if they need to be wrangled. 9, that would be the fairy. All right. So 20 seconds remaining. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? If you haven't gotten your prediction in, get it in now. Which side is the bad side? That's a good question. You don't know until you get on his bad side. All right, predictions are closed. Go ahead and reset that. And go. All right, let's see. Can we feel something unique? Please, that is a torso. What am I feeling? What is that? What is that I am feeling? I do not know. Oh, I think I do know. I think this is another Santa. Let me see. Yep, that's another Santa. I'm not opening it. All right. So that would have been over 50 seconds, but we're resetting because I'm not opening another Santa. I have way too many Santas. Way too many Santas. I was feeling the bag, and that was what was throwing me off. I was feeling the handle of it, and I was like, what is this? I was thinking it had to be a helmet or a headpiece. All right, and go. All right, what do we got? Watch it be another Santa. There's legs. All right. Okay, 20.04, just over the line. I do believe that this time we do have the Lederhosen guy because I felt his very tiny feather. Very, very tiny feather. One can never have too many Santas. I mean, you can. If there's so many Santas that they crush you. You know? Let's see what we got. Hey, all right, it is a Lederhosen guy. That does mean that we are done with this series. Series 8 is complete. All right. So we will be moving on to something new next Wednesday. He does not have an alternate head. Does have the fantastic dark green Forestman hat, which I just absolutely adore. It's so good in this shade. And a pretzel. Look at his little pencil mustache as well. That is a very nice decorated shirt as well. I like that. And the fantastic dark green Forestman hat. Small feather, always good to get another one of because we have a spare. May as well open the known Santa just to get it over with. Oh no, I'm going to try to trade that away at some point. Or sell it or something. I don't know. I don't need that. Alright. Same thing I'm going to do with, like, the rest of these. You know, I'll go through, see what I want, and set aside the ones that I don't. Is it weird that the opposite of valuable is not invaluable? Not necessarily. Alright. So, that has resulted in Series 8 being complete. Not going to tell you guys what's coming next instead of Series 8, but know what these minifig themes are good for tonight? Oh, what is that? Food? I mean, he does have a pretzel. There is a Lederhosen lady in one of the other sets. Okay, and the final set tonight is going to be our second register. Lel Bunny redeemed Feed the Dragon. Nom 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 nom. Oh right, you know I need to choose that prediction. Let me go ahead and do that. Let me put this aside for the moment. Sorry. Delicious ham. So good. All right, so that was 20.04. So that is 20 to 50 seconds. Complete that prediction. And who is getting the hams? Ab Cody, Lord Canis, Cetria, and Ice Oven all got hams there. Very nice. Crimson Clover, Pint and Pie, Kinshir, Bahamut going for within 20 seconds. Prescott, Shield of Hope, and Lel Bunny going for 50 to 60, and no one went for no. Surprisingly, because I could have had some hams myself again. All right, so let's go ahead and roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. So that is the top register again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I'll just get a D8. D8. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Something, if I only see... I don't think there's a text thing that goes with the hams. Alright, so in this situation, let me get my scale out, and let me get the weights up, which have been consistently off, so you guys know. So, it's very, very weird, but let's go ahead and get that open, and let's start a prediction. So again, I will be making a guess, and then I will weigh it, and then we will open it. And if neither of those are correct, then we go with no. If I am correct with the guess, then that is what we go with. If the weight is correct, then we go with that one. All right, so start the prediction. Get your predictions in. Let's see. We had 2 10s. We are done with 10. There are no more 10s, so you do need to reroll. I got a 5, which would be Goat. The Goat Herder. Your D20 confirms that. Well, Bahamut. So it's through 12. So you can roll a D12 if you have one. Got a 7 this time. All right. Sealing got the exercise lady. Bahamut also got the goat. Minotaur Lego delivery maker. He might crush the box, though. What happens if he steps on the box? It's okay. If you have a D12, you can roll it. If you don't, you can roll something else, as long as it's more than 12 and you reroll anything over a 12. Lord Canis got a 6. That would be the Forest Sprite. Probably not going to have a Forest Sprite on the bottom register, so it's up to you. Your D12 is a 1. That would be the Detective. All right. So about 30 seconds remaining. Get your predictions in. What will we find inside the minifig box? I do love these things. Let me go ahead and pull up the website for the scanner. Where is it? It is right there. Okay, predictions are just about closed, and there they go. Alright, so first of all, I shake it. I'm gonna go with the Barbarian. I'm not hearing too many large pieces, but who knows? I could be wrong. All right, there it is. Let's go ahead and weigh it. 16.57. None of these are 16, so if we go for the lightest one, that would be the Barbarian. That is listed at 17. All right, so I'm going to say that the scale also says Barbarian. Let's go ahead and scan it. Once I pull that up. Come on, switch to the other camera. I need you to switch to the other camera. I hate getting this thing to switch to the other camera. Because when it's focused like this, it will not read it. There we go. Finally. Alright, it says the Barbarian, lady. Okay. Let's see if that is correct. That is correct. All right, nice. I got a correct guess this time. That's very unusual. All right, choose a prediction. Yes, with a guess. Complete that prediction. And let's see. All right, Shield of Hope, Bahamut, Crimson Clover, and Pint Pie all getting the hams there. Very nice. Shield of Hope getting a very, very healthy 32,000. Preskitch, Ice Sovereign, Kinshir, and Lel Bunny all going for yes with the weight. And Ab Cody going for no with a big, big wager. Very nice. Yeah, all were correct. That's pretty impressive. Very unusual, too. Tripled your ham count. All right, so the head has two sides. Get it to focus. There we go. I didn't really like the minifig that much when I saw the pictures, but once I actually saw the minifig in person, I thought it was a lot better. Pint Pie gifted a Tier 1 sub to Shield of Hope. Wow, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Back to leveling your fishing in Stardew. Have a good time at that. Fishing in Stardew is can be really relaxing. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm also kind of good at it. It is a really, really nicely detailed torso. You got some arm cuffs. And this is the Dreams sword, but with gray for the blade rather than transparent. All right, Crimson Clover, thank you very much for coming on out. Have a good weekend yourself. I really do appreciate it. And thank you very much, Pint Pie. So the interesting thing about the hilt is that it doesn't actually have like a stud, a bar hole there. It's just like this slot. I don't know what would fit in there. You're mostly good at it, then you hook one of the jerks that goes from one side of the gauge to the other and back. Yeah, yeah. Stupid scorpion fish. All right, so that is our first barbarian. So we have the dinosaur fan, we have the goat herder, we have the gamer, and we have the noir detective left. So those are the ones that are left in this set. And I think we're just a few weeks away from the space series coming out too, which is exciting. What level of fishing have you gotten up to, Seelan? I'm looking forward to trying out the new rod that you can get. I've not gotten that yet. All right, we are on that. Space! Yep, indeed. Space is the place. Alright, bag number 8. I think combat is going to end up being my last mastery on my playthrough. I've ended up doing more with the pan now that you can upgrade it. I'm excited to see what that gets. Shh! Spoilers! Careful. I don't know anything. I don't know all the new things yet. But I have been really enjoying the new content. It's very good. That's okay. That's okay. I did get pretty lucky with the pan, even before upgrading it, so I'm excited about that. All right, let's get that in. Actually, yeah. There we go. Get that in there, and Translight blue doorknob, probably indicating that this is like magically locked. That just goes right there. Oh, and a 1x4 plate on top. I kind of wonder if what you can get out of panning is just better now, because I just kind of remember, like, trying it a bunch and only ever getting copper, maybe, like, some iron once. And definitely looks like... And it was, like, 2 or 3, and I've been consistent on getting more than that these days. So, I don't know. But it is definitely a lot nicer than it used to be, I think. From what you've seen, upgrading the pan gets more items. Awesome. That is a 1x2 slope and a 1x1. Yeah, I'm actually way ahead of where the uploaded videos are, just because it's been very nice and relaxing and a good thing to do to take my mind off of things that I don't really want to think about right now. So, You mean 5 to 6 different things at once? Or do you mean 5 to 6 different items total? From one spot. Wow, that is pretty cool. Well, Final Fantasy Tactics is doing the same thing, so it is very nice to play 2 games that just really get me other, you know, like get my mind off of things that I don't want to be dealing with, kind of thing. It's got a gem and a potion here on a little shelf. There we go. All right, and a 2x4 right there. Okay, and that goes right there. Okay. Wow, a potion and a gem right inside the door. I wish all of my dungeons were that easy to do. There we go. That's fine. What's the worst that could happen? Wink. Get a ladder there. Character wouldn't want to be stoned like a certain captain. Aw, that's not... It's just a potion. You know? It might be a healing potion, or a potion of giant strength, or a potion of poison. Luckily, the worst that could happen is rarely the worst that does happen. We'll see about that. All right, and then a green 8x16 plate up here. There we go. All right, we get to put a sticker on in a moment. It's not the potion you're worried about, it's a trap guarding it. Oh, don't worry about that. Why would someone put a trap there? Because they are pure and utter evil? That's a good point. That's a good point, yeah. A wizard who is pure and utter evil would probably do something like that. Alright, so we got a little hole with spider webs and probably a spider in there. The roof could just suddenly unload a bucket of water in your bed with you in it. It actually couldn't. That would be a physical impossibility. Other things could, but not the roof. Alright, 1 by 1 right there. Gray 1 by 2 plate with center stud, and dark gray 1 by 1 tile slopes. There we go. That is right there. There we go. One by 4 and a another 2 by 2 slope there. Actually, one of my problems with designing traps for D&D has always been the question of why it's there. You kind of have to have, like, a dungeon designed by a crazy wizard kind of thing, because otherwise it's like, you know, if you're exploring the ruins of a city, there aren't going to be that many traps around. You know, maybe on some chests and stuff like that, but you're not going to have, like, the classic, you know, rocks fall, everyone dies kind of thing. Just doesn't make sense. And it does need to make sense. There we go. Alright, 1 by 6 brick there. 2 by 2 inverted slope there. There we go. Alright, and then we take a lime green foliage piece and put some light lime green tooth claw pieces in there. Right, but I mean, again, like, you can come up with some things that it works for, but, like, that also has to make sense for the adventure. You know, you have to give the players a reason, the PCs a reason to be going to something like that. And sometimes the only logical place to be going is, like, just the ruins of an ancient city or the ruins of some place that people would not trap. I mean, like, how many traps do you have in your house? You know? Okay, then we have our little concealed door. Shh, you're not telling? Alright, let's rotate this around here. And actually, let's get some minifigs up there. Alright, 2 by 2 tile there. Right, but I mean, there's got to be a logical reason for it, 57. Like, if there's a logical reason for there to be traps, sure. You know, that's why, like, a crazy paranoid wizard dungeon works really well for having traps. But your average, you know, city... Like, I'm definitely the type of person that would start being like, why are there traps here? If it didn't make sense to me why there would be traps there. And, you know, some of the players have asked me questions like that in our games, and I have had answers, because I came up with reasons why. Like, there was a crazy Rhaegar who set up some things that the players had to get through at some point. Alright, so spare parts. We got 1 by 1 tile slopes in tan and dark gray. That doesn't feel... Ah, that is why. Because we had one already. Alright, so just dark gray. A tan 1 by 1 plate. A black lattice window. A trans purple gem. Clear 1x1 cylinder tile with a top peg. A trans orange 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. A dark green 1x1 cylinder plate with bar. A dark brown lightsaber handle, hilt. And a light lime green tooth claw piece. Okay. Bag number 9. This might be the last bag we do. I'll see how I feel when we finish. I mean, again, but then you're exploring the tower, not the city, kind of thing. You know, or if you're going to you know, what amounts to a mage school, there's not going to be traps there either. They just have to make sense in my head. Alright, bag number 9. Let's go ahead and turn this around again, which does mean that I can push this a little bit further up. Alright, dark green 2x2, and a 2x2 half tile. There we go. And a 1x2 curved slope. I mean, I may not be picking up what you're going for there, Duke Darkwood. It might not be clicking for me. I mean, any personal like wizard domicile works well for Agaron's Tower and Waterdeep. Ah, don't actually know that much about Agaron's Tower and Waterdeep, so. Like any, like, wizard towers, you know, like a single wizard tower, you know, their own private tower. Yeah, there's plenty of traps that you can put in there. I'm talking more along, but, like, there's plenty of dungeons where it doesn't make sense for there to be, traps and ruins and stuff like that, and that's the thing that always gets me. Alright, some side stud pieces. 2x3 brick. And a pair of 2x2 half tiles. And even if you have, like, a city, there can always be a chamber or two that have traps. I mean, that's not an issue. I'm talking about the literal trap-filled dungeon kind of thing. Oh, I like Waterdeep, too. I just, I don't know all of the locations all that well. I do know that it doesn't have a Temple of Isis, though. Looking at you, Spelljammer Pirates of Realm Space. I know, shocking that Pirates of Realm Space is inaccurate. Very shocking. Alright, that gets right there. Oh, God. Alright, let's turn it that way. And there's a brick. Also, a Temple of Ta, being like the major temple in one of the halfling towns on Anadia, doesn't make much sense either. Oh, it does. It does. Just, it wouldn't have one to Isis. Because she's a Mulhorandi deity, and Mulhorandi deities don't have access in that area. I think what happened is that the setting creator, or the game creator, didn't have a whole lot of information about Waterdeep. He had to make a lot of stuff up. And he saw that Ta was a major deity in Spelljammer, so he just kind of assumed that all of the Egyptian gods were. That's my guess. Because I can't remember if it makes any mention of any other deities. There we go. Alright, turn it back around. And we get 2 of our newfangled quarter octagon walls. And the large panel piece right here. That would jive with your whole theory about the game having a solid framework that was never built upon. I don't even know that it has a solid framework. I think it's very underdeveloped. Again, part of the problem with the game is just trying to make it real-time combat. Like, Spelljammer shouldn't be a flight sim. It really should not be a flight sim. Like, the Buck Rogers games had a much better way of handling space combat without having any, you know, like one-on-one space combat kind of thing that fits the kind of D&D play style without having a tactical battle map kind of thing, which I do think would have been better, but setting that aside, like, that is the way that it should have been done, I think. There we go. And one by one, cylinder plate for the door handle. I've thought way too much about that game, really. Considering that I have actually played it to completion, I have still thought way too much about it. There we go. wall with a little crack in it. So bad on so many levels and so disappointing on so many other levels. It's actually shocking. Alright. 6x6 plate right there. That right there, and a 1x1 plate. And a 1x1/4 cylinder tile right there. Alright. Alright, another potion hidden down here in the corner. And let's move some more minifigs. Ah, there's another 2x2 dark green tile. Get a leaf. Like, the thing that just boggles my mind is that SSI at the time was known for things like, you know, Allied General and stuff like that. These, hex map tactical games. And what do they do when they get a D&D license that has hex map tactical combat? They ignore it. I mean, I understand that, you know, different divisions and all that and stuff like that, but you would think that there would be an element of, hey, can you put me in contact with the people who worked on this, and can I get some of their modules? So I can do some hex mapping? Rip off Renegade Legion? I don't know anything about that. But yeah, I mean, they could have made it like the Buck Rogers games. They could have made it like, which, I mean, maybe the Buck Rogers games weren't out at the time. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what the release orders were. And having played many of the General series, you would have loved that. I mean, at least for space combat, because that's literally what the Spelljammer space combat is all about. And having the game calculate, you know, the computer side calculate things for you would have been really, really nice. And then things like SR would have mattered, and the level of your helmsman would have mattered. And all of these things that actually matter in the game would have mattered. Alright, we got some small mushrooms here. Actually, there's another 1x1 cylinder tile up there. So this is right there. This one is right there. Howdy, craziest. How's it going? Good morning. It is definitely not morning for me. Alright, and then we have what I assume is going to be a magical shield. Interesting. Okay. So we have a beholder on the shield, which is pretty neat. But it also shows that minifigs are supposed to hold them this way as opposed to this way. They're supposed to hold them this way rather than this way, which is interesting. We are building the D&D set. Let's get that right in there. There we go. I do like those round curved shields, the kind of Viking shields. And a little fire in here. A little campfire. All right, a 2x6. Yep, there's a 1x1 plate under there. Arcane Rogue, raiding with a party of 4. Let me get a shout out for you. Driving to work in about 20 minutes. Well, I hope your workday goes okay. Oh, got a shout out to Arcane Rogue already. Thank you very much. What were you up to tonight? And a 1x2 with Kerr half cylinder with center stud. Turn-based space combat strategy, Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. Oh, neat. I know nothing about that, but I hope it was fun. Finally managed to beat me this time. It's not a race. But I do appreciate that. Thank you very much, Lil Bunny. So we are building the D&D Lego set. Making a little tower section here. There we go. And 1x1 quarter cylinder tile there. And it looks like we have our Dragonborn guy, who I think this dragon head was originally made for the video series, so it's pretty cool to get that redone for these. So come on, focus, camera, thank you. Come on, focus. Come on, focus. There we go. Alright, so pretty good torso and legs. Very detailed. We got more decorative torso back there. I think... So given that you've got this little light, light lime line there, I think his arms are supposed to be bare. I think that is supposed to be... Well... No, maybe that's his shirt. Yeah, I guess that's his shirt. It's an undershirt with a vest over it. It makes sense. But this is a Dragonborn. There's going to be another Dragonborn with the D&D collectible minifigs. I'm glad that it was fun. You're looking forward to relaxing to some Lego action. It's a very interesting headpiece. Okay, and that is going to go... Oops, I accidentally knocked off the... There we go. Is there anything else loose? Not really. Alright. Go ahead and get him into the prison here. There we go. Alright, it's a little dark in there. When did the Gorn get horns? When they became D&D Dragonborn. Oops. Alright. Not really giving me a good way to get light in there with my lighting setup, unfortunately. Alright, looks like that is going to be it for that step. Let's get some of these minifigs out of the way, since We need a little bit more space. All right, so spare parts. We got brown 1x1 tile slope, gray 1x1 quarter cylinder tile, a brown tooth claw piece, and a black bucket handle. Looks a bit more ridged than the one on the Lego Red Dragon cosplayer. Yeah, I don't think that's the same piece. That's been used a couple times. So the reason it's not is because that one has, you can see the, like, it's obviously a costume because you can see the face in it, and this one does not have that. Looking to see if I have that one that I can look at, because it's been in two series, one green, one red. Hold on. Let's see, I should have one somewhere. But we might have opened that series. I do not remember. Give me just a second. There we go. On focus. There we go. See, it's clearly a costume. Because you can see the minifig's face in there. Now, they could have, like, made a minifig head that had, like, a tongue or a roaring, you know, interior mouth pattern or something like that, but they also had the video minifig, so... minifig head, so... they had a bunch of non-humans with that. Alright. We've got him in there, and I think we'll do one more bag for the evening. But yeah, I mean, like, you could do something like that one alien with the bug eyes, and the minifig head part is just a mouth decoration. But it would still look weird, because you always would have the head of the minifig basically screaming. So it would be a little bit weird. Be a little bit weird. All right. Let's grab that. And then that. And the 1x6 arch on the end. The video head might not have actually been used. I'm not sure. There were, like, the Tasha minifig in the CMF is going to have also the same witch hair and hat piece that we had on the Hocus Pocus set. And that was originally going to be a Series 2 video minifig, but then they canceled video. Which is a real shame, because that would have been awesome. I wish they had tried to do video without the kind of silly app. I think it might have been much more interesting and maybe successful. The two CMFs whose head are a giant eyeball? Yeah. It would be very weird. I'm sure people have done it. Alright, there we go. Get another potion. Trans neon green. 1x3 and 3 shorty blocks. Howdy, you broken property. How's it going? Alright, so we got the mold marks all in the same way on this one. There we go. Make sure that they are covered up. Alright, a brick. 2 olive green 1x2s with side studs. You haven't done exactly that, but you have used the Eye of Sauron as a minifig head. I do not have that piece, so I don't know what it looks like offhand. I'll have to look that up afterwards. Alright, so we have our large wedge plate. There we go. That is 4x6. And then 3x6 over here. And 6x8 in the middle. And then the other one of these wedge plates right there. Get that connected. And same thing right there. Take the mouth of Sauron's helmet off. Alright, flip that over. And let's see. 1x1x5. Brick, and 2 1x2 plates. Saruman's throne, which might have been a poly bag. Well, if we get a Minas Tirith, which some people are thinking we might, just because the map in the Rivendell set has Minas Tirith on it, then they would probably do a Palantir in that set. There we go. All right. So rotate this around, and that goes right there, and that goes right there. That's very nice. Getting this nice angle. If only these were gray. That would be the thing that would make that better. And I'd actually rather this be a little bit larger so that this is not jutting out over it. One by 6 plate. 2x2 to 1x4 hinge, and another one back here. And a couple of wedges. And a green 1x1. There we go. Quarter cylinder tile. Alright, now we have some more pieces that need to get symbols put on them. I believe that this is the symbol of the new Cult of the Dragon. I saw some people saying that that's what this is. Basically, the first time that we're getting it in 5e, and it's in a Lego set. I need to go down a little bit more. There we go. Wizard battle. Yeah, I unfortunately did not get a whole lot of the Lord of the Rings sets. It's something that I do regret. That is really crooked. See if I can get this straightened up. There we go. Okay. Get that on there. So we have the Cult of the Dragon symbols there. Very open and obvious about it. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Alright, green, 1x2 there, 1x2 with center stud. 1x1. 1x1 cylinder. And a 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. And a plant on the other end. Nothing else. Alright. What part of Secret Society don't they get? Yeah, I know. It's very weird. Dark green fern pieces are pretty nice, though. I do like that. I'm guessing that this is like plant growth kind of stuff. I think that on the back side here is supposed to be ruins. I think the back wall part is a bit ruined kind of thing. Not positive, though. Alright, I get to do 8 1x1 cylinder bricks with the 1x2 double half arch. It is an incorrect color in the instruction. Oh, no, it's not, because it's showing that part. That's right. Yeah, so this is going to be like some sort of mold or some other growth like that. These do make for nice looking railings, though. You can get them straight, at least. Yep, alright, that's 8, and then another tile slope. Get that right there. And 2 leaves, oh, on the inside, okay. Turn this around so I can get this on the inside. There we go. Wish that we had put that in earlier, because that would have been easier. But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty nice railing there. I like the way that looks. Alright, 1x3 tile, and then 1x6 tiles. There we go. Make sure that these are all straight. There we go. Alright, and then lots of 1x2 1x2 tiles with center studs. One by two tile right there. There we go. And another 1x1 with a quarter cylinder tile that has decided to fall down on the off the build. Alright, is there another one of these on there somewhere? I'm not seeing it. Looks like this is forming a very, very... like, it is not connected to anything, which I don't like. But I think that this is supposed to be a very, very, very steep staircase. Alright, another... oops. Missed these. There we go. And another leaf. There we go. Alright. 1x1 and a 1x1 quarter cylinder tile right here. Broken off crenellation. And then we get some pretty neat looking crenellations here. That unfortunately are kind of delicate with the 1x2 just resting on top there, 1x2 tile. There we go. Lots of shorty bricks. And another 1x2 on top. So we're making 5 of these. A lot of dark gray 1x2 tiles, though. That's always nice. Do love getting lots of tiles. Do love getting lots of tiles. Speaking of, I should go back to a local LEGO store. They have dark blue 3x3 plates and tan 2x2 tiles. I should definitely get some of those. Fill up a pick-a-brick box. That would be pretty nice. Maybe get more white tiles, too. They have a lot of those. There we go. Make sure that that is straight. Yep. All right. And the last one. Okay. Alright, so that is, yeah, that is going to be the end of that bag. Alright, so, gray 1x1 plate and green 1x1 quarter cylinder tile as our extras. And this is what we've got so far. That has shifted a little bit. That has been bumped. Let's fix that. There we go. Alright, so maybe this isn't, maybe I'm mistaken that this is supposed to be some steps, but it definitely is something that you could climb up. Definitely is something you could climb up. Maybe that's just part of the adventure, that it's like broken off stuff that you can climb up. I don't know. I have not actually read through the adventure yet. But there's going to be something that fits on there, and there's going to be something that fits on there, and I think something that fits on there that are removable, so that'll be interesting to see. But this is pretty good. I like the angled bridge walkway. That really looks nice, I think. It helps using these pieces as fencing. Clearly it's one of the traps. You definitely do something with that, yeah. So, pretty nice so far. This, I think, is supposed to be a concealed door kind of thing. And then, of course, we have our always fun gelatinous cubes. And baby. But that is going to be where we wrap it up tonight. So we will be back next Friday night to work on this some more. Definitely enjoying this. It is coming along quite nicely. But we're going to have to finish it up in the future. I think we probably have 2 more sessions. Not positive, but depends on how fast it goes. We started on 4, we got through 10, so that might be 5 sessions, but it'll depend. It will be... Well, yeah, but I mean, it's Lego, you know? It's Lego. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming on out. We will be back tomorrow for some more Spelljammer. We'll be back on Monday for more Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. We will be back on Wednesday to get started on Castlevania 3 on our retro stream. We will be back on Wednesday night to build some other Lego. Next Friday we will be back for some more Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. And then we will continue this next Friday night. So I want to thank you guys for coming on out. Let me see if there is anyone that I know who is on right now. Not at the moment. Alright, so, I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good rest of your evening.